Now on WKRG News 5.
Tonight, we are in beautiful Fairhope, Alabama for the first of 4 hometown tours. We will show you what the future holds for the city and tell you a few things you may not have known about this little piece of paradise.
Plus, I'm Jessica Taloni in the News 5 newsroom. I'll have the developing stories we're following today, including a triple murder in South Mississippi. News 5 at 6 o'clock starts right now.
From WKRG News 5, the Gulf Coast news leader in high definition. The news starts now.
We are taking our show on the road tonight for the first of 4 hometown tours in October. And now we are in the beautiful city of Fairhope on the Baldwin County beat. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Mel Showers.
And I'm Roseanne Haven. We are so happy to be here live at Oak Hollow Farm in Fairhope, Alabama. If you have ever been here at Oak Hollow Farm, you know how truly magical this place is. It's absolutely gorgeous. As one of the owners told me a few minutes ago, he said, it's country, darling, and it is gorgeous here. And Fairhope, as you know, sits between Daphne and Point Clear on the western side of Baldwin County. And that's how you can get some spectacular views of Mobile Bay. Just over 16,000 people call Fairhope home, and next month the city of Fairhope will be celebrating its 117th birthday. It was created to be a utopian tax colony, everyone sharing ownership with a fair hope of success. That's how it later became known as Fairhope. And successful it is. Fairhope is a snowbird's paradise. The city has always attracted the artistic and intellectual types. The jungle writer Upton Sinclair was known to frequent Fairhope during the winters. And military author W.E.B. Griffin and the man who wrote The Pacific and Forrest Gump, you know, Winston Groom, well, he and the other gentleman, Griffin, are also from this area. This year, Family Circle magazine voted Fairhope as one of the top 10 best towns for families. And those of us who know it well, we're not surprised. Fairhope has also been named as one of the top 25 places to retire, and Southern Living magazine calls it one of the best small towns in the South. Well, the beauty of Fairhope also caught the eye of producers from Country Music Television, CMT. The city served as the backdrop to the reality show Sweet Home Alabama. It's so popular. A group of city boys and country boys battled it out for the love of the beautiful Devin Grissom. And she was a student from the University of Alabama. And a lot of that series was shot right here, as you can see there at the gorgeous Oak Hollow Farm, and a good bit also shot from Dorgan's Inn, which overlooks gorgeous Mobile Bay. National television coverage, certainly a plus, but you know, Fairhope, Alabama can certainly hold its own when it comes to the people who live here and the fabulous shopping. It's just a great place.
You mentioned shopping. Downtown Fairhope
Yes.
is known as a shopper's paradise. All across the country, they know it for its trendy boutiques, its beautiful shops, and the wonderful cafes.
That's right. But you know, like every other place in the country or most other place, Fairhope has been affected by the weakened economy. And the business owners are hoping for a wonderful holiday season coming up to kind of keep them afloat. Right now, we're going to check in with News 5's Pat Peterson, who has been in Fairhope and meeting and talking with some of these business owners about their concerns. He joins us now live from downtown Fairhope. Pat, what are some of their top concerns as we go into the holiday shopping season?
Well, we can tell you right now that business owners desperately want and need pre-oil spill profits. So far, that hasn't happened this year, but business is finally returning to downtown Fairhope just in time for the important Christmas holiday shopping season. There's something special about downtown Fairhope. Certainly some good news, very good news for the downtown business merchants in downtown Fairhope. Of course, I'm a guy, I don't like to shop that much, but it was a great day getting out to meet some of the retailers and some of the customers who are finally coming back to downtown Fairhope just in time for some of the fall festivals, some of the harvest events. And of course, when we get into November, we'll be getting closer to the Christmas tree lighting and the lighting of the Christmas lights in downtown Fairhope. So exciting news, a lot of good things in store here coming up over the next couple of weeks. And we're going to send it back to beautiful Oak Hollow Farm. Back to you guys.
Thank you,
All right,
Pat.
and thank you very much, Pat. And nobody knows the future of Fairhope better than the city's mayor.
That's right.
Mayor Tim Camp joins us right now. Mayor, thank you for joining us today. And first of all, cities across the country are facing tough economic times. What are the concerns of the city of Fairhope?
Well, we're like everywhere else. You know, we have a lot of small businesses, and they're concerned about people being able to spend and come to a community. But Fairhope went out on the limb to work with our businesses, like Oak Hollow, right here where we're at today. You know, when you have a good cooperation between businesses and the community and volunteers, you can weather the storms, because when you rely on the volunteers to fill in the gaps when government has to cut back, and then the businesses downtown rely on the great services so we can keep the flowers and the beautification and the cleanliness, that all goes together to make a beautiful community.
We've been showing a few pictures to our viewers while you've been chatting with us, and one of the things, of course, that Fairhope and all along the Eastern Shore are known for, jubilees.
Yeah.
That's
have you
right.
had a chance to participate in any jubilees of late?
Well, we had a few this summer. Just about 3 weeks ago, we had our first of the season. I always
we have some
manage.
pictures
That's
here.
from August.
There they are. So we always enjoy them. We have to worry, though, because you can catch too much fish in a hurry. But that's a unique event that happens only in Fairhope, Alabama, and I believe the other places in Europe. So it's always a good thing when you tell people about jubilees. They say, "Oh, you're kidding. It just doesn't happen."
Right.
But it does happen.
And now we have proof. We have actual video of it.
Because that was early in the morning, one morning, so people were at about 7 o'clock in the morning
Oh,
that
yeah.
was going on.
And the phones start ringing in Fairhope when there's a jubilee. You've got to call and tell your friends.
Well, it used to be when you went down to the police station, the police chief would have a list of callers, and you only had to call about 25 people. And that was years ago, and then the word got out, and, and the banks were full of people collecting flounder and shrimp and so forth.
All right.
Well, Mayor, then basically the future of Fairhope looks pretty good from the eyes of the mayor.
We are in great shape. Our businesses can always use a few more tourists. Our day trips, our weekends right now, there's not enough. We can pack in an event right now on the weekends as we have coming up, the lighting of the trees, Bird Fest tomorrow. In the first part of November, we have the Angel Ride. We'll bring thousands of people around. And that's just a great feeling. The sunsets, so we have families that come now for the weekend, getaways, weddings. I mean, you name it. But if we keep all that going, we'll weather the storm and get back on track like a lot of communities wish they were at.
All right. Thank you
We
so
want
much.
to thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank y'all, Mel and Roseanne, and y'all have a great afternoon.
You
Thank
too,
you, sir.
Mayor.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Well, someone who had a really good time today, enjoying the sights and sounds of Fairhope, Alabama, is News 5's Blake Brown. He's been hanging out, kind of chilling at the Fairhope Pier, where lots of families live to chill and have a good time.
There he is, and Blake joins us now live from the Fairhope Pier.
That's right, Mel and Roseanne. You know, Fairhope Pier was actually destroyed in 2005 by Hurricane Katrina. It reopened in November of 2006. Now, as you can imagine, it's a popular spot for people to come fish in downtown Fairhope and anywhere along the Eastern Shore. They always come here to the Fairhope Pier. And earlier this morning, I did have the tough assignment. I actually got to talk to some of those fishermen and see what they were catching earlier this morning.
No matter what kind of mood you're in, you can come out here and you won't stay in a bad mood for long.
Now take a look at that sunset right now over Mobile Bay. Photographer Tim Jones is shooting that for us. Now the original pier was here since 1968, and as you can imagine, it's still a popular spot here in Baldwin County to this day. For now, reporting live in downtown Fairhope, I'm Blake Brown for News 5. Back to you, Mel and Roseanne.
Oh, it's
And
just
thank
gorgeous.
you very much, Blake. That sunset.
Natural beauty. You
The
absolutely
mayor
can't
mentioned that
beat it.
earlier. The sunset's gorgeous. Well, we couldn't have picked a better location for the first of our 4 hometown tours.
That's right. We've had a wonderful time here at beautiful Oak Hollow Farm in Fairhope, Alabama. It sits on 300 gorgeous acres here, the most beautiful land covered in historic oaks and habitat. The trees here are absolutely breathtaking. The farm can actually be booked for weddings and other events, but one event that's very special to the people here, the Angel Ride. Thousands of bikers from around the country gather at the farm, and it's all to raise money for children with special needs.
We've helped over 700 families so far. We've helped them with their needs when they need to go off for a procedure. Anything insurance does not cover.
Now, the Angel Ride starts November 4th through the 5th, and you can get more information on that at Oak Hollow Farm on their website. That's oakhollowfarm.net. You can also check out my WKRG Facebook fan page. I have a link posted on my page as well.
Oak Hollow Farm has been wonderful
we
today.
love it.
Oh, this has been a great location for our first of 4 hometown tours. Now we switch it back to our WKRG studios for the news of the day. Let's check in with Jessica Taloni.
Hey, Jessica.
Hey, guys. Mel and Roseanne, there are several big stories we are working on today, including a triple murder on the Gulf Coast. A little girl comes home from school and finds 3 people dead in her house, including her mom and dad. Details on that straight ahead.
And our sky today, a mixture of sun and cirrus clouds. That means a beautiful sunset, as you just saw. I'll have more on the forecast coming up.
And as we go to break, here is a live look from Fairhope, the site of tonight's hometown tour. We will check back in with Roseanne and Mel a little later. You're watching News 5 at 6 o'clock. A little girl in D'Iberville, Mississippi came home from school and found her parents and her aunt dead. The triple murder happened yesterday morning on Seymour Avenue near Interstate 110. The family owned a nearby Chinese restaurant. Police spent the day at the restaurant and at their home looking for clues. Investigators say the family probably knew their killer, but they have no suspect at this time. They're asking anyone with information to call them. Domino's Pizza is serious about finding the person responsible for killing one of its employees. The company is now offering a $3,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in the Tyler Hinkle case. The 19-year-old was stabbed to death outside of a Domino's Pizza restaurant on North Navy Boulevard in Pensacola almost 2 weeks ago. The 4th attorney for Harvey Updike wants to withdraw from the case. Updike is the man accused of poisoning the Oaks at Toomer's Corner on the Auburn University campus. His attorney filed the motion today, citing a recent interview on the Paul Feinbaum show. In that interview, Updike apologized to Auburn fans for the damage he's done, even after his lawyer advised against it. Updike has pleaded not guilty to criminal mischief.
Now, Alan Seals with First Alert Weather.
It has been another fine afternoon across the Gulf Coast.
Well, we are right in the thick of football season, but there's still some baseball to be played.
You betcha, and it's fun to watch, especially the Diamondbacks, since there's so many former Mobile Bay Bears players contributing in the postseason. We'll talk more about that in just a few moments, and also look ahead to a big fishing tournament. It's being held in our area this weekend. Stay tuned.